Hello my dear children, a very good morning to all. I hope all of you are safe at your home. So this is our 8th video. We have completed our first chapter and we have also done a revision on that chapter. So in today's class we are going to start our second chapter, that is the wonderland of pictures. In this chapter we are going to study about an image editing software called GIMP. Then we'll study how to edit the images using the software also. From this class onwards, I will not be giving the stepwise description in PPT because for all the activities, the steps are clearly given in your textbook. So you can write down the lecture notes during the class at the back side of your notebook, and I'll send you the notes through WhatsApp. You can write that in the front side of your notebook. So let's start our class. These are the learning objectives, that is the topics that we are going to learn in today's class. We have activity 1, let's get a picture. Then we'll study about various image editing softwares. Then we'll study about the software called GIMP. Then activity 2, let's open a picture in GIMP. Then activity 3, let's prepare a duplicate image. Then activity 4, let's edit an image. Activity 5, let's resize an image. Activity 6, let's identify the various file formats. Then we'll learn about project file. Then at last activity 7, let's export an image created in GIMP. So these are the topics that we are going to learn in today's class. Don't get worried by seeing the number of topics that we are going to learn. All these are very small topics and activities. So let's get started with our first activity. Let's get a picture. Okay, now in order to prepare a report or a project work, we need many pictures in our computer. How to get pictures in our computer? There are various methods. Let's see some of those methods. First one is, we can capture a photo using a digital camera and we can copy that image into our computer. Yes, we can also use our smartphones to capture photos and we can copy that photos into the computer. Next method is, we can scan a picture from a book or a newspaper and we can save that image into the computer. Then we can draw a picture in the computer. All of us know how to draw pictures in computer, right? We have studied those in our lower classes. We have learned about a software called Color Paint. We have learned how to draw pictures, how to paint the pictures that we have drawn in that software. So we can draw pictures in the computer and we can save it. Another method is, we can download pictures from internet. So these are some of the methods by which we can get pictures in our computer. There are various other methods also. You can think of the other methods, okay, and you can write it down in your notebook. So our first activity is to get a picture in the computer. That is okay. Now let's try to open the pictures that is there in our computer. For that, we have to go to Home folder. Then from that, click on the School Resources folder. From that, select Standard 8 folder. Here we can see a folder named Image Editing. Just click on that. We can see various images here. Now we can open one of the images in this. I am going to open this image. Double click on that. That image will get opened. Now this image have been opened in Image Viewer software. Okay, we can see the properties of this image here in the right side. Here the size is given 960 into 720 pixels. Then type is JPEG raster data. Then file size is given. So all the properties of this image is given here in the right side of this window. If this properties window is not seen here, how can we make that window visible? For that we have 3 line buttons here. Click on that and we have to select this side pane option. Now this is already selected. That's why we can see this properties window here in the right side. Consider if this window is not there. Now we cannot see the properties of this image. How to make that properties window visible? We have to click on this 3 lines button here at the top. Then we have to select this side pane option. Click here. Now that properties window is visible. Then we can rotate this image to left or right. How we can do that? For that we have two buttons here. This one is rotate the image 90 degrees to the left. This one is rotate the image 90 degrees to the right. So let's try this. I am going to click on this button, that is we are going to rotate the image to the left side. See, now this image is rotated to the left side. Now I'll click on this one. Now this image is rotated to the right side. So we have options for rotating the images. Now how can we open the next image in the gallery? For that we have a button here. When we click on this, it is go to next image of the gallery. When I click on this, the next image in the gallery will be opened. How to open the previous image? For that we have a button here in the left side, that is go to previous image of the gallery. When I click on that, the previous image in the gallery will be opened. We can also open the next image and previous image in the gallery by clicking on the arrow keys on the keyboard. Now I am going to click on the next arrow key on the keyboard. See, the next image is opened. I am going to open the next image by clicking on the arrow key in the keyboard. See, so by clicking on the arrow keys on the keyboard also we can open the next image in the gallery, also the previous image in the gallery. Then we have an option for zooming this image. See here, when we click on this enlarge the image button, the image will be zoomed. We can zoom out the image by clicking here, shrink the image button. See, we can also give the percentage here. See, various options are available. If we click on this best fit, the image will be fitted according to that size of the window. So when we click on any image in the gallery, it will be opened in this image viewer software. Now consider, if we want to get a portion of this image, we have to crop that portion of the image, right? Or if we want to increase the size of the image, or if we want to decrease the size of the image, how can we do that? That changes made to the image, it is known as image editing. We know there are many image editing applications available in our smartphones, right? Is this image editing possible with the help of a computer? Yes, there are various softwares for image editing in the computers. Let's see some of those image editing softwares. These are some of the image editing softwares available. First one is GIMP, second one is Inkspace, third one is Xpaint, then MyPaint, then last one is Pencil. These are some of the softwares which help us for image editing. And in this chapter we are going to learn about the software called GIMP. Okay, so what is GIMP? It is GNU Image Manipulation Program. The short form of this is known as GIMP. What is GIMP? It is a graphic editor software used for editing digital pictures and photographs. It is released in 1996. Earlier it was known as General Image Manipulation Program. Spencer Kimball and Peter Mattis, they were research scholars of California University. They started GIMP as their research project. After that, it became a part of GNU project in 1997, and then it was renamed as GNU Image Manipulation Program. So that is GIMP. It is a image editing software. Then this is Wilbur. It is the official mascot of GIMP. This was created by Thomas Kosmanen from Finland. So this is the icon of GIMP software. Now how to open the software GIMP? The steps are, first one is go to applications, second step select graphics, then third step is select GIMP. So go to applications, then select graphics, then select GIMP. Now let's open the software GIMP. So go to applications, select graphics. From that select GIMP. Now the GIMP software is opened. We can see three windows here, right? In the center we have a canvas. In the left side this window is for toolbar, and here at the right side there is a window for layers. So when we open the software GIMP, we can see three windows. One is for the toolbar, the next one is canvas, and the third one is layers. How to close this software? We have to click on this close button on the window at the center, that is canvas window. If we click on this close button, all the three windows will get closed. If we close this close button of this window of toolbar, only that window will get closed. If we click on the close button of this layers window, only that window will get closed. So how to close the GIMP software? We have to click on the close button of the canvas window, the window at the center. Then all the three windows will get closed. Now let's do our second activity, that is let's open a picture in GIMP. How to open pictures in GIMP? There are two methods. First one is open the GIMP software, then click on File, then click on Open. Then from here we have to select the folder in which the image is stored. Where it is stored? In Home folder, School Resources folder, Standard 8 folder, Image Editing. From that we can select the image. I am going to select this image, plowing image. Click on that, then click here on the open button at the bottom. See, now that image is opened in the GIMP software. What is the second method of opening an image in GIMP software? Let's see that. I am going to close the software. Now go to Home folder, from that School Resources folder, Standard 8, Image Editing. Then I am going to open this image in GIMP software. Right click on that image, then select Open with Other Applications. If we double click on this image, that image will be opened in Image Viewer software only. How to open this image in GIMP software? For that, right click on the image, then click on this Open with Other Application option. Then from that we can select GIMP. Now that image will be opened in GIMP. Now let's move on to our third activity, that is preparing a duplicate image. Why we are creating a duplicate image? Because if we make editing in the original image, it will be changed and that original image will be no longer available for other students. So first of all we have to create a duplicate image of this, then we can do the editing works in that duplicate image so that the original image will not get affected. It will be saved there. So let's create a duplicate image for this image. How to create it? There are two methods. Either we have to click on Ctrl and D keys in our keyboard. Ctrl D. See, now a duplicate image is created. See, there are two windows with the same image. This one is the original one. See, it is named as plowing. And this one is the duplicate image. It is not named. See here, untitled image. So this one is the duplicate image. We can do the editing works in this duplicate image. And what is the second method of creating a duplicate image? For that, click on this image menu. From that, select this duplicate option. See, a duplicate image is created. This one is the original image. It is named as plowing. And this one is the duplicate image. It is untitled. After creating the duplicate image, we can close the original image. This is the original image. See, it is named as plowing. We can close that. Now we can edit this duplicate image. Consider we need only a small portion of this image, that is this portion, this man and this two bullocks. Only that part of this image we need. How to cut that portion of the image? We can use the crop tool here in the toolbar. Select this crop tool. Then see, we have to click and drag the mouse in order to select the portion of the image that we want. Now I have selected this portion. After selecting the portion we want, click on enter button. Now we got that portion of the image. This is how we can crop an image. So that was our fourth activity. Now our fifth activity is resizing an image. How can we resize this image? For that we have a scale image tool. Either we can select the scale image tool here from the toolbar, or we can click on this image menu. From that we can select this scale image tool. So either we have to select the scale tool from the toolbar, or from image menu we can select the scale image option. Click on that. Now a new window appears. Here we can give the width and height of the image. I am going to give 300 as the width. Now when I click in this column for height, see, the height has automatically changed. Why this happened? Here we can see a chain image, a chain button, that is link between the width and height. There is a link between the width and height of the image. When we make some changes to the width of the image, the height will automatically change according to the changes made to the width. If we click on this link button, that link gets disconnected. Now let's try changing the width and height. Now the width is 300. I am going to make the height as 150. When I click on this width button, it is not changed. So now there is no connection between, or there is no link between the width and height. So we can give the measurements that we like for width and height. After giving the measurements, click on this scale button. Now that image has got resized according to the measurements that we have given. Another method to resize the image, for that we have to click on this scale tool. Then we can see squares around this image. Click on that squares and drag the mouse. In this manner also we can change the size of the image. If I drag it inwards, the size will be reduced. If I drag it outwards, the size will be increased. So these are the two methods for resizing the image, and that was our fifth activity. Now let's save this image that we have edited. How can we save it? Go to File menu. From that, click on Save As. A new window appears. From here on the left side we have to select the folder in which the image should be saved. Where it should be saved? In Home folder, select Students Work 8. Here we have to create a new folder named Images. Click on this Create Folder button. Then give the name of the new folder here. I am going to name it as Images. Then in Images we can save this image that we have edited now. We have to give the name for the image here. I am giving the name edited image. Okay. Then I am going to click on this save button. Now this image is saved. Now let's close this gym software. Now we are going to open the image that we have saved just now. For that, select home folder. Where we have saved that image? In students work 8, in the images folder, here is that image. See, edited image. This is the image that we have saved just now. See the extension of this image, that is .xcf. What does this indicate? It indicates the type of the file that we have created in the GIMP software. We will try to open this image. Double click on that image. See, that image is opened in the GIMP software. But before, when we tried to open the images in our gallery, that images were opened in image viewer software. But now when we opened this edited image, it is opened in the GIMP software itself. Why does this happen? Because this image is saved as a project file, not as a image. Now, what is a project file? It may not be possible for us to complete the complete editing of the picture at a stretch, right? We cannot do all the editing works at a stretch. We'll open the image, we'll do some editing, after that we'll save it. The next day we'll come and open the image again, we'll do some other editing, we'll close it, and so on. So we have to open the file many times and we have to make necessary changes. So at that time, each time when we save that image after little editing, that image is saved as a project file, not as an image. After completing all the editing works, only then we will export that file as a image or as a picture. Let's see how to export the image after all the editing works has been finished. How to do that? You have to click on this file menu. From that, select export as option. From file menu, click on export as option. Then a new window appears. We have to give the name for this image. I am going to name it as image 1. So we have to give the name of the image here. Then we have to select the location of the image. That is, we have to select the folder or the location where this image must be saved. Where it should be saved? In home folder, students work 8, in images. Here we have to save this image. From here we can select the file type. Click here. Various file types are available. See. From this we have to select the required file type. This is an image. So which file type we have to select? For images there are various file formats. JPG, JPEG, PNG, all those are file formats of images. We will select PNG. Then after selecting the file type, click on this export button. Then a new window appears. Here also we can click on this export button. Now this image is exported as a picture. Let's open that. I am going to close this GIMP software. Now I will go to home folder, students work 8, images. See, this is that image, image 1. We can see the extension as .png. That is a file format of image. When we open this, this is opened in image viewer software, as we have opened the images at the starting of our class. So now this is exported as an image. Now let's see the different file formats. For that, go to home folder, click on school resources folder, and here in examples we can see various files with different formats. See, this is JPG and this one is JPG, this is TIFF, then this is PNG. All these are pictures. JPG, PNG, TIFF, JPEG, all these file formats are indicating pictures. Then we have MP3, that is music, sound. Then we have MP4, that is video file formats. Then this is ODS, that is spreadsheet. This is ODP, that is presentation. Now in your textbook a table is given here, table 2.1, file and format. Here various formats are given: JPG, MP3, PNG, WAV, MP4, ODS, ODT, MPG, AVI. We have to identify these file formats and we have to complete this table. Which all formats indicates image, which all formats indicates sound. So we have to identify those formats and we have to fill in this table. So this is that filled table. We have JPG and PNG. These two are file formats of image. Then MP3, WAV, these are file formats of sound. Then MP4, MPG, these are video formats. Then AVI is for both video and sound. Then ODS is spreadsheet, ODT is word processor. So these are some of the file formats. So children, we have completed today's class. We have learned about how to get a picture in the computer. We have discussed some of the methods by which we can get a picture in the computer. Then we have learned about some of the image editing softwares like GIMP, Inkscape, MyPaint, Xpaint, etc. Then I have said that in this chapter we are going to study about this software GIMP, and we have studied what is GIMP, how to open that and all. Then we have done an activity, that is how to open a picture in GIMP. We have two methods. Either we have to select that image, right click on that image, then click on open with other applications option, then select GIMP. That is one method. And second method is open the GIMP software. From that click on file menu, then open option. From that we have to select the image. So that is two methods for opening a picture in GIMP. Then our activity 3 was preparing a duplicate image. How did we created a duplicate of the image? First method was clicking on Ctrl and D keys in the keyboard, or from image menu clicking on duplicate option. These were the two methods by which we can create a duplicate image. Then we have done our fourth activity, that is editing the image. That is, if we want a small portion of the whole image, how can we do that? We have to crop that portion of the image. For that we have to use a crop tool in the toolbar. Select that tool, then click and drag for selecting the portion that we have to cut. After selecting the portion, click on the enter button. So in that manner we have studied how to crop the small portion of an image. Then our activity 5 was resizing an image. For that we have a scale tool in the toolbar. Either we have to click on that scale tool in the toolbar, or by clicking on the image menu we have to select scale image option. Then a window appears. There we have to give the measurements of height and width. Then we have to click on scale button. Then that image will be resized. Or by clicking on the small squares around the image and dragging it inwards and outwards, we can resize the image. Then our sixth activity was identifying the file formats. We have learned about various file formats like JPG, PNG, ODT, ODS, ODP, etc. Then we have studied about project file. That is, when we edit the image in GIMP software, then we save the image, it will be saved as a project file. Why? Because we may not be able to make all the editing works at a stretch, so it will be saved as a project file. After completing all the editing works, we have to export that file into a picture format. otherwise it will be saved as a project file. So how to export an image, that was our last activity for today's class. How to export an image? We have to click on the file menu, then we have to select export as option, then a window appears. From that we have to select the location or the folder in which that file should be saved, then we have to give a name for the file, then we have to select the type of the file. From that we have selected PNG. So for image we have PNG, JPG, TIFF. All these formats are indicating the images or pictures format. So we have to select the file type. After that we have to click on the export button. So in this manner we can export the picture that we have edited in GIMP software. So these are the topics that we have learned in today's class. I hope all of you are clear with these topics. So children, today we have learned about the image editing software called GIMP. Then we have also tried to do some editing works in pictures using this software called GIMP. So in next class we'll learn some more editing options in this software. Then we'll also create cover pages for project reports using this software. So see you in next class. Thank you.